Mr. Montoya. Question again. Over the last 5 years, which community organizations have you been involved with and on what issues?
I attend my local meetings at the Olympic Park Neighborhood Council. One of the board members is in the audience. Thank you, Leo, for coming. While I do not have any formal community involvement, I am part of the community in that I am a small business owner. A lot of the people I know every year at the Christmas tree lot know who I am, know that we run a family business. My brother, my mother, my father run it. And one of the things I like to think as my part in community involvement is just education. I'm a sucker for education. I want the children in my district to have the same education that I had, even better. So I want to engage in a public forum to see how we could bring education to kids in our district. Thank you.
Mr. Goodman.
Like Mrs. Shaw, I'm a strong member of West Angeles Church. I've been at West Angeles Church for 21 years, and I've been helped in numerous different occasions. And we do electronic waste recycling. We do everything for the city. We have over 23,000 members, and we spread through the whole of the city of Los Angeles and also Africa as well. And that is my general base for things I've done for the city in Los Angeles. I'm 30 years old. I'm the youngest guy in the city of Los Angeles ever run for city council. And I've been around from day one, and church, it's been my foundation. My wife, she's over in the corner here. She's also a school teacher. Well, she was let go in 2009. But education is also very, very extremely important to enhance in our district.
Mr. Kim?
I've been a founding member of a Greater Wilshire Neighborhood Council, and also I've been serving as a judge pro tem for the Los Angeles County. I've been a formal president of the Lions Club, and I've been very active as a member of a church group and within our church, Calvary Church, in my district. As I stated, I have been active on behalf of our youngsters. I want to be a good role model for them. I want to be a good role model for the immigrants also. I want to have them realize that they can achieve any dream in America and that their dream is still alive. America still can afford that. I'm striving to make that point to all the American kids, be it immigrant kids or non-immigrant native kids. I want to make America, I want to preserve America as a land of opportunity.
And Mr. Dragon, over the last 5 years, which community organizations have you been involved with and on what issues?
Well, for the last 10 years, I've been a board member on an organization called Strive. It's in the Watts area. They provide after-school tutoring, arts, academic enrichment programs for children. And in fact, it's my interest in education that got me involved in community activism to begin with. And the other organizations I've been involved with is bringing more charter schools to the inner city community. And the other issue that I've been just involved in, just in terms of my day job, basically hiring people, and I've been doing that for 16 years, is not only do we have the number of children just dropping out of our LA Unified, but for those who do graduate, they don't have the skills. So they basically have a high school diploma that's worth nothing, because if they don't have this, so we're not educating our children. Water, unfortunately, much of our public schools has become nothing more than extremely expensive daycare, because they're not providing the skills that these young people need for not only for college but for the world of work. And those are the organizations I've been involved in.
Okay. I will complete the panelist questions. Again, if there are any audience questions, raise them up. Okay, well, let's go to the box. There'll be no phoning friends or lifelines. For these questions, each answer, 1 minute, please.
Any other questions? Please write it down.
Write it down. Let's get started with the first
Put it in
question.
the box. That's how we're doing it.
This is a long one. This is a specific question, so okay. We are in an endangered building, which is part of the Washington Square project. What do you know about the project and its effect on the neighborhood? And do you support or oppose project alternatives which would create setbacks, which would preserve the views of St. Paul Church?
And these are 1-minute answers, everybody. Thank you. So we can get a lot of questions in.
We are in an endangered building, which is part of the Washington Square project. What do you know about the project and its effort on the it should be effect on the neighborhood? And do you support or oppose project alternatives which would create setbacks, which would preserve the views of St. Paul Church? I'll ask that question to Mr. Wesson first.
Because Mr. Wesson has a 4 o'clock meeting that he has to go to. The Washington Square project is on hold until the development company works with the community and comes up with a plan with the setbacks and everything that the community is comfortable with. We're not going to move forward with this project. Do I believe this area needs to be redeveloped? Of course. And I'm optimistic at the end of the day that it will be. But primarily they wanted, they had 2 choices that were both unacceptable to the community, where it dealt with the number of apartments that they wanted to build. And they wanted to come through and have the vote on either vote for Plan A or Plan B. So I just stopped it, never took it to a vote, told them to come back to the community. I'd like to see a development that really doesn't have a housing component. I think that they could make it work with just commercial and maybe office structures or what have you.
Mr. Dragon, same question.
Well, I don't know enough about the project to really completely answer. And for something like that, we definitely need to talk with all of the players involved in the community, find out all of the different sides, and then that would basically be my approach to any of these kind of development issues. Get the input from the community and everyone in the community, and then make that decision.
New question to Mr. Cameron. And I'm going to take a liberty. The question is, do all candidates live in the 10th District? And how long have you lived in the 10th District?
Yes, I'm living in 10th District. I've been living in 10th District for 2 years. I've lived in 20 years, just within one block of 10th District.
Mr. Montoya?
You have to legally be required to live in the district you are running in. So hopefully all of us live in the 10th district. If not, please get out. I've been living here. I've been living here for all my life. 25, going on 26. Sorry, Chris.
My parents bought a home in 1970. We moved from Compton to Los Angeles, and so we started living in District 10 since 1970. In 2000 to 2005, I bought a home in Victorville that I moved in, but I was still spending the night because I worked at the city of Los Angeles. I was going back and forth from Victorville. Then I moved back in 2004, back to our home, family home.
Mr. Dragon?
I lived in the district since 2004, and it's interesting that we're all laughing because I think we can remember some of the previous city council people that have not lived in the district. So yeah, I've lived in there since 2004.
Mr. Brown?
I've been here my whole life, period. I'm the true guy who's been here. I haven't left. I went to college up north and came right back. I've been here from day one. So. Born and bred from here. Like I told you guys, meet Burgers, Pico in Fairfax, Sky's Tacos. I've always been here. I'm right here from CD10.
New question. It comes from a teacher. I'm a teacher and I see so many great teachers let go due to poor budgeting. You can't imagine how our children are being affected by this. The question is, why? Where is our leadership? Our children's lives are being damaged. Where's their future promise? Whereas their future promises have not been met. Does that answer the question, Mr. Brown?
Well, I think I mentioned earlier my wife was let go from LA Unified School District due to budget cuts and what have you. She was one of the 800 teachers. Children are everything. It starts from here. It doesn't start from her, or it doesn't really start from any of us. It starts from day one. You eliminate violence. It's a little bit less strain on public safety if you start at preschool. You start at elementary school. You develop them in junior high. You make them successful in high school, and then become doctors, lawyers, whatever they decide to become when they decide to go to college. I think it's very important that education is the number one, hands down, if you've been on my website, issue, because it starts from here.
Mr. Montoya?
The quick answer to why is simply our elected government officials have failed us. Their priorities are not in sync with what we, the public, want. There's a disconnect between us and them when there shouldn't be. I'm the first in my family to go to college. I went to CSUN, Cal State Northridge, then I transferred over to UCLA. My brother went to San Diego State, got his bachelor's, and he went to USC. Boo. And I value a good education. And the best thing we could do is just come together, have a conversation, talk to our kids, talk to our neighbors, let the kids know that this is what's going on. Because as we progress, we, as a country, as a city, we have so much very strong headwinds, and the only way we could, I forgot the verb. The only way we could really go forward is if we all work together.
Mr. Kim.
I came to the same theme of a lack of leadership within our district. The city is on the verge of bankruptcy. That means we need to rearrange our priority. And we know that education is the most important thing to preserve American dream for ourselves and for our future generation. When I came to the United States as a teenager, I lived in a library, public library, and I lived there. That was very important to me. That was the only place I can learn and I can dream about achieving American dream. Now, they are cutting, already 2 days, Central Library, 73 libraries are cut. 2 days are cut. For what purpose? To save $70 million per year. Now, that's the worst thing that any politician can do. Bonaparte said that they cannot do good for our youngsters by closing down the library by having more police officers on the street. And I think we have rearrange a lot of these programs that we cut, and make sure that our education is at the very, if not the very top, among the top priority that we need to give.
Michelle?
I believe that it goes back to being honest again and talking about the big elephant in the room. And a lot of our schools, we're having a problem with even teaching English in the school, which is really bad. And another thing about laying off, it's really bad when you're laying off teachers. I often think about the money that was supposed to be given to the schools with the lottery. We haven't heard anything about that. All that money, that was supposed to be a lot of money, supposed to be given to the schools for the lottery. So where's that money going? So I think if we're honest with everything, we may be able to save a whole lot if we focus on America.
Yes.
New question. New question for Mr. Dragon. And it seems like, Diane, you might have to do a school board candidates forum. It's another question about education.